You meet someone new and it feels exciting. The conversations are good. You actually like them. You think, maybe this one is different. But then something happens. A few weeks pass, maybe a month, and slowly, that spark just disappears. They didn't do anything wrong. Nothing bad happened. You just stopped caring. And you don't even know why. If that sounds familiar, psychology has a very specific explanation for this, and it might change how you see yourself completely. 1. Your brain gets bored. The moment the mystery is gone. Think about why someone felt exciting at first. You didn't know them. Everything they said was new. Every conversation had an element of discovery. Your brain was releasing dopamine, the chemical that drives curiosity, excitement, and motivation. But the moment you figure someone out, the moment there are no more surprises, that dopamine drops. Psychologists call this the novelty effect. Your brain isn't wired to stay excited about things it already understands. It's not that the person became boring. It's that your brain stopped releasing the chemical that made them feel interesting. And that feeling you call losing interest is actually just your dopamine returning to normal. 2. You're probably more emotionally intelligent than you realize. Here's something most people never consider. People who lose interest quickly are often extremely perceptive. Within weeks, sometimes days, they've already picked up on the other person's patterns, their habits, their emotional depth, their limitations. And once the brain has mapped someone out completely, it moves on. Psychologists call this high cognitive processing speed, the ability to read people faster than average. The problem isn't that you're cold or detached. The problem is that you process people so deeply and so quickly that most people simply can't keep up with your mind long enough to hold your attention. 3. You might be chasing a connection that feels safe and stimulating. Most people can give you one or the other, safe but boring, exciting but unstable, but you're unconsciously looking for both at the same time, someone who feels deeply comfortable and endlessly interesting. Psychologists call this the secure stimulation paradox, and it's incredibly rare to find. So what happens? You meet someone exciting, but they feel emotionally unsafe. Interest dies. You meet someone safe, but the conversations feel shallow. Interest dies again. It's not that you're too picky. It's that your standard for genuine connection is higher than most people's, and settling for less than that feels worse than being alone. 4. Past experiences taught your brain to pull back before it gets hurt. This one goes deeper than most people want to admit. If you've been disappointed before, by friends who changed, people who left, connections that turned out to be fake, your brain learned something. It learned that getting too attached is dangerous. So now it has a built-in defense mechanism. The moment things start feeling real, the moment vulnerability becomes possible, your brain quietly starts pulling back. Psychologists call this emotional detachment as self-protection. You don't lose interest because you don't care. You lose interest because some part of you cares too much and already knows how much it would hurt if this one didn't work out either. 5. You need depth. And most people live on the surface. You don't want small talk. You never did. You want conversations that go somewhere, ideas that challenge you, people who make you think differently about the world. But most people, when you get past the initial excitement, live entirely on the surface. They talk about the same things. They never go deeper. They're comfortable with shallow. And you're not. Psychologists call this need for cognitive intimacy, the hunger for connections that engage your mind, not just pass your time. When that depth isn't there, nothing is there. Because for you, a connection without depth isn't really a connection at all. So here's what psychology is actually telling you. You're not broken. You're not emotionally unavailable. You're not afraid of commitment. You just have a mind that needs more than most people offer. The loneliness you feel isn't because you push people away. It's because you've spent years searching for someone rare enough to make you want to stay. And that kind of person exists. They're just as hard to find as you are. If that hits something you've never been able to explain, subscribe. Because on this channel, we don't just talk about psychology. We help you understand yourself.